Does the coil work?
Yes.
This is Lewis.
But you probably know him as our friend Bigfoot Transport. A short while ago, while I was still on paternity leave, Lewis told us about his amazing early 1980s Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2, which refused to jump into life. Which is a shame, because the Silver Shadow 2, first introduced in 1977, is a 5-meter long Luxo barge with beautiful leather, quilted carpets and incredible self-leveling suspension. Originally on sale for upwards of around £40,000 or over 175 grand in today's money, the Shadow 2 represented the ultimate status symbol for celebrities including Frank Sinatra, Michael Caine, Johnny Cash, and the Beatles. But anyway, back to our good friend's pride and joy.
Lewis hasn't been particularly well recently, so we have decided that we are going to kindly fix it for him.
And we kind of need to get it running because we pushed it here.
And it's stuck.
Stuck.
To move from here, we need to build up hydraulic pressure so that the brakes come off, because all of the brakes are hydraulic, because someone pressed the brake pedal.
What is going on? What is... Oh.
So this is a 6 3/4 litre V8, carbed, naturally aspirated. Problem with it, it turns over, but it doesn't fire. So it's either got a fueling or spark issue. There are a few bits missing, aren't there?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to put it back together, reconnect anything that's disconnected, and then go from there. First things first, we need to chuck a new Yuasa battery on it.
Is this bolted in?
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a 10mm bolt right there. I like the way he just pulls it. Is this bolted in? Oh. So, as you can probably tell, we've managed to get it more in the unit. I'm gonna give you a demonstration as to what it's doing. Turns over fine, but no va-va-vum.
First things first, let's whip a spark plug out and then ground it out somewhere and we'll see if we've got spark. And if not, we'll go backwards. That stinks. It smells like varnish. But yeah, there's fuel there.
It's very new, that spark plug.
With no sparkage though. If you want to check spark, you just need to take the spark plug out. Do not crank it yet.
So you need to take the spark plug out and put it on something metal.
Cylinder heads are metal. No spark.
No spark. So we need to check coil. We need to check power to the coil. We need to check power out of the coil. And we need to check power out of the distributor cap.
Inside the Dizzy, there's a, what would you call it, like a lifter lobe. And every time it goes past, that's what grounds the coil, and that's what gives you spark.
Yeah.
So we can manually ground the coil as well to see if we get spark. So currently it's at sweet FA.
Right.
8 volts, crank. 12 volts.
So we're getting power to the coil. How do we check if we're getting power out of the coil?
Put this somewhere and ground it.
So what does that mean?
Coil's on.
Jesus Christ. What happened now? Does the coil work?
Yes. So the coil charged, but didn't discharge because there's something not good. So the Dizzy isn't triggering it. So it's fully charged up, but then because I touched the lead, it discharged through me. So yes, the coil works, but the way of discharging the coil does not.
Okay, so it's something wrong with the distributor.
Why is a bit of this just falling out?
A bit of,
Oh, yeah, the rotor caps.
I might have a spare. That one fell off.
That was Chinesium. They look like genuine, and then that, well, it's the same length.
That's a Bosch one.
Bosch.
See, I'm not educated in the world of Rolls-Royce. That is the right length. She will do the job.
Look, I don't care what happens. I just want to get Josh to get electrocuted again.
No, because that really hurt.
That's very funny.
Wait, let's replay it again.
Do I want to test it straight out the coil again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to hold it.
I'm not freaking holding it. No. That's not really grounded. And now that coil's charged.
Taylor, you won't touch that lead.
No, I won't touch
Taylor,
the
don't
lead.
touch
That'll hurt.
If the coil is working, then why are we testing it with a spark plug out the end of the coil and nothing's happening?
If the electronic ignition isn't working properly, it's not breaking the ground for the coil.
Oh, I see.
So if it just stays closed and gets power with the whole time the ignition's on, it just charges, and never until you touch it, and then.
Oh, I see.
So there's something wrong in here. So we've nicked the headlight bulb out of
my car.
your E46 that happens to just be in the workshop.
Yeah.
So if we put this to here, you put the ignition on. So that's the voltage, and then if you crank it.
So is it getting the signal that it needs to get?
Yes.
Why have we got no spark? It's definitely not a weak coil, is it?
I can confirm it's not a weak coil. There is no spark out of that lead.
Jushi, Kyle and Taylor tried to problem solve the Rolls-Royce, and eventually, after fitting a new electronic ignition system and connecting a spark plug directly to the coil pack, the distributor cap was found to be faulty. And to fix that, things had to get a bit bodgy.
There's many distributors that you get in these cars, and depending on which one you have, depends on the length of the bottom of this. The spacer that comes with this kit, MIA. No idea where that is. We took the bottom of, I don't know where it's gone, of the original one, which has the right teeth.
Lopped it off.
Lopped it off. Filed some slots in it to make a little extension piece. That bit goes in there, and then that bit goes in there.
Oh, very technical this. Very, very technical.
And then we can put a rotor on. This is so bodging.
But we think this is going to work. We put a new coil on it to match the new electronic ignition system, wired it into the ballast, so hopefully we should have a spark.
So if we put that in here...
Try not to electrocute yourself
Hang on,
again.
do not electrocute me, thank you.
Ready? Oh! We got spark! Oh my God, we got spark! Spark plug in, let's get it going. Go on, come on.
Carburetor cleaner.
What's the most flammable thing we've got? Surface cleaner?
Oh, that's flammable.
That's flammable.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh! Get a bit more down there.
Give it a break.
So close.
Don't want to burn the starter out.
It's so close.
So the guys may have failed on day one, but we never give up a challenge. Which is why, a few days later, we got Lewis down to the unit and hatched a plan to get his Silver Shadow running again. Before that though, a quick shout out to this week's video sponsor Carly that lets you check your vehicle's health and also unlock hidden features. That's because Carly allows you to take back control of your car by diving into its diagnostics. Simply plug the scanner into the OBD2 port, open the app, and Carly will reveal all. To show you how it works, I've plugged Carly into my 530 diesel touring daily driver, and I'm now going to run a health check. All you need to do is click on diagnostics, continue, check for issues, and it says very bad, which for a brand new car, effectively a brand new car, it's 2017, isn't great. Got infotainment issue, which I'm not worried about. Car access, airbag issue, let's have a look at that. We've got a speed signal faulty. That doesn't mean that the airbag won't go off. Driver assist, central getaway, all of those things, not really worried about. I can clear those codes and then just move on, which I shall do right now. So all looks to be pretty okay with the 530 diesel touring, but the one thing that I'm most excited about doing with Carly is coding something that annoys me every single day. That's right, stop start needs to go. So all I need to do now is go into DME, engine, automatic start stop. Oh, this is very, very exciting. And the good thing with Carly as well is that it backs up the module. The start stop automatic memory is currently switched on off. So if I click on, then the car will remember the last setting that I had it in, which will be start stop being off. Yes! So if you want to take back control of your car and unlock its hidden features, then Carly is the tool for you. What's more, you will get 15% off using the code AutoAlex. Right then, back to it.
You dropped it off to us as a non-runner with no spark.
Yeah.
And this car has been off the road for how many years?
Last time I knew it was on the road was 2016.
There's a classic car show on this evening, starting in approximately 30 minutes. We've ordered a full carburetor rebuild kit for this car.
Right.
Because the carb is leaking, which is probably most of the reason why it won't start.
Yeah.
The carb kit is being delivered by hand to the classic car show, and we are going to fix it tonight.
Well, no. No, this
Yeah?
goes well when this happens. Oh.
There we go. If anyone would like to donate us an electric winch, it'd be muchly appreciated. We've made it to the classic car show up the road. We are surrounded by fantastic cars, one of which is Lewis's Rolls-Royce on the trailer behind us. And we are joined by Tom Lempful and Will Chiggers, who happen to be specialists in classic cars. Lewis brought me his Rolls-Royce recently as a non-runner. Jushi, Kyle and me have put a new ignition system on it, and it's now got a spark. It still doesn't run. It tries to, doesn't run. It's leaking fuel at the carburetors. So Will has brought us a carb rebuild kit, and we are going to rebuild the carbs here and get it running. Yeah!
After filling Tom and Will in on the plan, the team got cracking rebuilding the carbs, hoping to finally get the old Rolls roaring again, obviously with the help of a steak pasty or two. First on the agenda was changing out the needle and seat in the carburetor for a gross jet, which Will thought might just do the trick.
Will's got his screwdriver out, he's chiselling away.
That's your screwdriver, I think.
No, he's got my screwdriver out. Oh, it's beer o'clock.
Cheers.
Oh yes, beers are being delivered.
We've just changed the
I'll swap.
float needle in that one and jet, what we want to call it,
Jet, yeah.
and we're gonna do the other side.
So Tom, odds on thinking this will work?
I'm not overly convinced at this precise moment in time.
I'd like to ask what's going on, but I think it's going to be a lengthy explanation.
Are you ready?
That'd be a no.
Leave it 10 seconds, it'll fire right up.
Got no spark.
Is it?
I mean, there's a
coil
short-
still connected. We haven't knocked it or anything.
I mean, it's connected, but it's just f***ing sat there. I mean, what's that one doing?
You haven't knocked one.
I can't say you. You were the one that moved it.
Is the actual fuel pump pumping
Well, do
fuel
you know
up?
what's worrying? I disconnected a plug to see if we had a spark,
Yeah.
and it sounded like it was going to cough and splutter when we had one plug disconnected.
I've had this before when the plug gaps are way too massive, or the points gap, it's not got points.
Well, I
there's no
think
ignition.
that the it's just chucked a ton of fuel all over the plugs, and I think that they're probably flooded up.
The guys worked on this car so long that the sun went down, even drawing in a crowd of fellow enthusiasts who just wanted to see the Rolls-Royce fire up. They tried and tried
It's that base plate gasket.
Yeah.
and tried some more. But eventually they had to call it quits and admit
That is
We have
unsuccessful.
failed.
Did, mate.
We have unfortunately failed. Okay, so it's now a few weeks later. The weather has changed a little bit. Yes. It was really nice and sunny when we filmed the last bit and we were all wearing shorts, and now it's freezing cold, but we are back with the Rolls-Royce and it has needed a few little bits. The timing was 180 degrees out, so the distributor's been retimed and set correctly. Two of the HT leads were faulty, so they've been replaced. It's had a new set of spark plugs and some fresh fuel, and it now runs and drives superbly.
That's very nice. This is actually the first time that I've seen this car, and I got very excited about something. These lens wipers are fantastic. Look at the detail on them.
They're actually made out of horsehair.
Really?
Yeah, and look how they're chrome. They don't make them like they used to.
They don't.
Rolls Royces, they just do it differently, especially older ones. And did you know, it's a fun fact, I believe there's 90% of every single Rolls Royce ever produced still in existence.
Really?
Well, who scraps a Rolls Royce?
That's true. That's right. I mean, we probably would, to be fair. But it's a 6 3/4 litre engine, isn't it?
is,
You can't
yes.
call it a 6.8 or a 6.75. That's uncouth.
No.
Right. Shall we get Lewis in?
Lewis!
Lewis,
Come on, Lewis!
come on down.
Come on over.
Hello,
this
Lewis.
is Lewis, everyone.
Yay!
Bigfoot Transport, Lewis. You do all of our recoveries for us, don't you, Lewis? Yeah. And yeah, we're going to go out in this now,
All
aren't we?
right, let's do it. I'm very excited.
Who's driving?
You are.
I'm driving.
Yeah, you drive, Lewis.
You did half a job, man.
What?
He literally
sorry,
opened the door
Sorry,
and then walked
sorry,
away
sorry.
from it. Wait,
Sorry,
hold,
come.
hold on, the paparazzi are all over me.
come here.
Wait, the paparazzi.
No, you don't walk up to a Rolls Royce with your head up. Look. Sorry, dear. Go in your step, madam. In your step. Here. In you get. Here.
Jesus
Here,
Christ.
here.
You're supposed to put my head down and say, watch your head.
Mind your knickers. Never look up a lady's skirt. I like this car.
The ride on this is mad. It feels like it's air suspension, but better.
It's hydraulic, isn't it?
So yeah, the back's hydraulic. It's a system stolen from Citroen.
Oh,
That's why it's so smooth.
like the BX. Oh, I like it. Also, I've got tables in the
Yeah.
back. I can have my lunch.
Oh.
Or I can play a little keyboard.
Oh, and look at your Jesus handles in the back there,
I know,
posh
yeah.
as well.
I've got my handcuffed.
How do you feel, Lewis, that this is now back up on the road?
Honestly, ecstatic.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of a love affair for old Rolls Royces and stuff, and I've had, I think, 5 or 6. None of them have ran. None of them have run.
Is that you suggesting that you've bought bad ones or that they're
Oh,
problematic?
I bought knackered ones. They're absolutely knackered. This one's got an interesting story, really, because I actually never intended to go and buy this car. It kind of happened like when you go to supermarket and you go into the middle aisle and come out when you were supposed to be going in for milk and you come out with all kinds, like a canoe or something.
A canoe.
So I actually was selling a Jag to a guy in Northampton, and I got told about this car in a lockup at Stansted Airport. I seen one picture of it, and it was all just covered in dust, no hubcaps on it or anything. I was like, I'll go and see what it's about. And the guy opened the garage door. I took one look at the arches because they're prone to rusting on the arches and said, I'll have it.
Oh, wow.
I'll have it.
How much do these go for?
So these really vary in price. I mean, you can buy an absolute knacker one, which I have done in the past, for about $3,500.
Yeah.
Which are just rusted out arches, brakes because they're all hydraulic, or you can buy an absolute minter for about 35.
Okay. How much do you think this is worth?
I would say in current condition, with a few little niggles here and there, I would say probably about 10.
And how much did you pay? How deep are you in?
Sub $5,000.
Sub $5,000
Sub
to get a
$5,000.
car in this condition, and you have obviously money has been spent on it.
Yeah, I did steal this though. It was an absolute bargain.
I mean, you've saved it from the brink of death, though, haven't you?
Oh yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, because most people will have got their hands on this and broke it for parts.
Yeah.
And I'm not about that. I want to save cars, keep them on the road, and just enjoy them, because this is what it's supposed to do, really.
It's very enjoyable.
I love seeing cars like this on the road and going out in cars like this because it's just so special, isn't it?
Yeah. And the best thing, because it's over 40 years old, tax, MOT, ULEZ exempt, you can drive it wherever you want and just waft about and not pay any money, which is, it's just excruciating doing.
But amazingly as well, I'm 24, this was £375 to insure for the year.
Really?
That's mad. Wow. And there's something else that's become a historic vehicle this month, isn't there, Alex?
I don't know what you mean.
Alex has become historic because he's 40.
Actually, no, by the time this goes out, I'm 40. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Alex is officially ULEZ and tax and MOT
so
exempt.
Taylor, that means you can ride me wherever you like, and I won't charge you a penny. Well, I'm really, really impressed, and I'm super happy that you get to enjoy this because you clearly have an affinity to cars like this.
I do.
This is really gorgeous, Lewis. Fair play. Seeing as we're turning around,
would you like to have a go?
Can I have an Oh my God, this feels really nice.
Yeah.
It's amazingly as well, for 1980, this is rack and pinion steering.
I was just about to say, it feels really sharp.
Let me have a little go. Oh, wow, yeah.
Like, the steering feels really direct. I expected it to feel really vague, like an American car, but it doesn't.
It's so different from any other vehicle on the street.
It really is.
We could probably drive for an hour and we would not see anything half as interesting.
No, you wouldn't. I love the Spirit of Ecstasy on the bonnet.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
She's having a good time.
So what are your plans for this car in the future, Lewis? Do you plan on keeping it, selling it? Are you going to do anything to it? Are you going to modify it?
I've always wanted one of these. Like, everyone I know wants either, Aston Martin, Ferrari, or whatever.
He's describing us, isn't he? Yeah.
Ever since I saw it in a film, I was like, I want that car.
What film was this in?
Thomas Crown, a really old 60s one. I wanted an early one of these.
You're like a 50-year-old in a 24-year-old's body, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm literally just gonna do bits and pieces to it as and when it needs, and just keep it going and just use it.
Do you know where I'd like to see this? On the Nürburgring.
No. Do you know where this car would be really cool?
You can if you want to.
Oh, me? I meant for you. Imagine this on the Nürburgring.
No, I do not want to see bits of this on the Nürburgring.
I want to take it to London. I want to do a day out in London with it.
Do you know what, Lewis? Fair play. This is a bloody lovely car.
You like it?
Honestly, I don't like it. I love it. I really, really, really do love this car.
Do you know what else you've got down here? The passenger and the driver can be smoking at the same time.
And there's one on Taylor's door.
So you could actually have 2 cigarettes on the go.
Yeah, you could, all of them. Or a cigar.
Or a cigar. Oh,
it's
yeah.
large enough for a cigar.
So cigarette here, cigar here in the left hand, a cigarette in the right hand. You could just be driving around like that.
All of them. Do you know what I like the most about this car? It makes you, me, Lewis, and everyone around it smile.
Yeah, no, it really
I really like that. It's a happy car.
Yeah.
It's just very, very cool.
It's just a really luxurious shitbox, isn't it?
It's not a shit box.
Really luxurious shit.
No, it's too nice for shit box. It's a fantastic box. So there we have it. After many months, many parts, and many various people working on this car, it's finally back on the road.
finally here.
Are you happy, Lewis?
Oh, ecstatic, mate.
And I'm very excited to see you floating about in this over the summer.
On the Nürburgring.
Maybe not so much on the Nürburgring.
I very much enjoyed my little passenger ride. Thank you very much. No problem. Fantastic suspension. What a beautiful car.
It is,
And for
lovely.
sub £5,000, name anything that comes close to this.
Nothing.
There is nothing. There is literally nothing. You are in a fantastic historic vehicle, and we hope that you look after her for many a year to come.
And enjoy her as well.
Indeed, indeed.
Any final words?
Please subscribe, because we need you. And 2025, it's cold, man.
It is cold.
We need more subscribers to keep us warm.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And with that, whatever you're doing, have a fantastic time. And we're just going to keep warm ourselves. And we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
I'm going for lunch.
Taylor, come here.
No, I've got lunch. It's on the side.